Hey guys, it's Jack Punkington here, and today I'm doing a versus videos of the Pauls. We're doing the nameless Les Paul over the Agile. Let's see how it goes. So we're gonna start off with the nameless Paul, and first I'm just gonna kind of go over like what the material and stuff is. It's got gold hardware, blue sunburst, kind of maple fretboard, or not maple fretboard, rosewood fretboard. Fake, I want to almost say plastic inlays. Taking this. It's got a little bit of a weight to it, not as much as you would say like a Gibson, but it does have weight to it. And the tuners are not the best, for sure, but you gotta cut corners somewhere. They are these fake Godo, well not fake, but they're Godo tuners, and they sound okay, and they stay in tune okay. But right before this video, I had just tuned it, and it's not completely out, but it is kind of out. The G string is usually the one that goes out the most. So the comparison, I'd say, to like the Agile, the neck, where the neck meets the headstock, is actually a longer distance, and I think the scale length is a little longer, closer to a Fender scale length. And the headstock is, instead of being like this, it's a lot like this, so it's a lot more further back, which if it were to fall, it would break a lot easier. It's a lot lighter than the Agile. It's not made out of mahogany. I want to say it's probably made out of either alder or rock maple, which is a lot of, like, Jacksons are made out of rock maple. But it doesn't sound too bad. Neck pickup. Bridge pickup. All in all, it's not a bad guitar. It sounds decent. It plays pretty good. For what I paid, it's a good price. It's still like an arch top, you know, it's not flat. So it's actually like arch top like an actual Gibson. The neck is a lot thinner than a lot of like Les Pauls. It's closer to, I want to say, like a Ibanez Jack, but rounded, or Ibanez neck, but rounded instead of kind of more flat like they usually do. Now we'll move on to the Agile. And a big difference between the two is the fact that the Agile is a crap ton heavier. It's solid, full mahogany, and it's maple capped. It's basically a cheap Gibson. I wanna say it's better than a lot of Epiphones, but I call them cheap Gibsons. You know. It stays in tune better. There are a little bit of tuning, I wouldn't say issues, but in comparison, it stays in tune a lot better than that. Let's bridge pickup, neck pickup. What I think is interesting, when this does go out of tune, the entire guitar goes out of tune the same amount. So while you can notice you're out of tune, it's in the terms of not one string, but your whole guitar's out of tune. So it still actually sounds, it doesn't sound okay, but it like, you wouldn't, like someone who is not a musician wouldn't notice. Unless it was wildly out of tune. It only goes out of tune by like a fraction. That's thanks to the Grover tuners, which are my absolute favorite. Gold Hardware, Grover Tune-o-matic Bridge, the good stuff. Real Mother of Pearl inlays. Gold Hardware, Gold Grovers. The neck, like I said, the distance between them is a lot shorter, and it's not as an extreme. It's not as an extreme headstock. So like you can see that the headstock on this one is way more back and it's way longer of a distance, which isn't, it's not, that will change like the sound and the sustain, but if it were to fall, it's gonna break off a lot easier, and those are not easy, cheap repairs. And on a sec neck guitar, like a Les Paul or an SG, as soon as the headstock breaks off, you cut the value straight in half, and there's no fixing it. Even if you fix the guitar properly, there's still no fixing that value because it's broken. Like if you were to drop a Gibson Les Paul, it would go from like maybe $2,000, or not $2,000, like 1,500 to like 800 at most, even if it had like a case and everything. But the difference that I paid between these two is about $25, and this one came with the case. I prefer the Agile due to the fact that it's more traditional feeling, and it's just more like what I'm into in the aspects of the neck is better to my fit, the body is heavier, the sustain is more, it resonates more, and the electronics I prefer. Real Alnico humbuckers that are ceramic, but they still sound really good compared to knockoff knockoff humbuckers with magnets not as strong, and it's more feedback. But overall, pretty good guitars. If you were a beginner and you didn't have a lot of money, or you just needed something, and you only had like maybe $150, you could do a lot worse than the nameless Davison Les Paul. I think it's a Davison, we're not 100% sure. You could do a lot worse than this. So this is a pretty good guitar for $150. But if you've got that extra little cash, I definitely would say go towards like an Agile. They are really affordable, great guitars. So definitely check both these companies out. Definitely be on the lookout for great deals. Say goodbye to Neptune, because this is its last video more than likely. So this is Jack Punkington signing out, guys. Peace.